Kann man mich hören? Kann man mich nicht hören? Wird sich zeigen. Sieht aber so im Großen und Ganzen ganz gut aus, würde ich sagen. Auch wenn TikTok mich wieder mal sehr, sehr irritiert hat. Aber sei es drum. Wir sind live, alles ist in Ordnung. In dem Sinne, guten Abend zusammen. Willkommen beim heutigen Stream mit Verzögerung. Wir spielen wieder Genshin Impact. Lange ist es her. Und machen wir mal den Legendenauftrag unserer guten Schneiderin. Mal schauen, was uns so Schönes erwartet. Wenn ich den Chat jetzt noch aktiviert bekomme. Wird mir das Spiel diesen Gefallen tun oder nicht? Wir wissen es nicht, wir werden es sehen. Sieht alles soweit gut aus? Ja. Bin zufrieden. Na dann. Naida, schön am Schaukeln. Ansonsten scheint es ja hier auch was Neues zu geben. Alchemistischer Aufstieg. Da können wir ja mal reinschauen, sobald wir mit dem Auftrag hier fertig sind. Na dann. Legen wir mal los. Aktivieren. Auftrag annehmen. Okay, das ist neu. Das heißt, ich kann jetzt die Dinger kaufen, bevor ich den Auftrag überhaupt annehme. Auch sehr schön. Na dann, auf nach Fontaine. Würde ich mal sagen. Hallöchen, Sie. Sieht doch soweit ganz gut aus. Leckt gerade ein bisschen extrem. Das sieht eigentlich alles so in Ordnung aus. Ja. Na, keine Ahnung. Hallöchen, Sarah. Plonk, 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 plonk. Was leuchtet hier eigentlich auf? Muss ich die alle aufmachen? Ich will aber nicht. Ach, dann lass mich in Ruhe, Genshin. Lang ist es her, dass ich den Account angemacht habe. Da ist unser Ziel. Sehe ich irgendwas? Sehe ich irgendwie... Ah, da hinten. Ne? Sehe unsere Schneiderin. Kann ich dran vorbei? Will die Schneiderin so ein bisschen ansehen? Ohne das Ding zu triggern? Hallo? Das war so nicht geplant.
Fontaine Fashion Week? Ooh, why don't we go check out some of the shops? Maybe we can pick up some cool new clothes.
Da bin ich ganz clever und umgehe den Nervpunkt und das Spiel sagt mir so, nö, du hast ihn jetzt trotzdem getriggert. Skandalös. Tschüss. Na dann sagen wir hier Hallo. Hallöchen, Nikita. Fahrstunde, Sarah?
I told you I could do it using the leftover funds from the original deposit. Don't tell me you're afraid that I cheaped out on the dress.
Muss ich mich eigentlich ein bisschen kleiner machen?
Not at all. I have only the fullest faith
in
your work, Miss Chiori. I'm just in shock, that's all. It's always been my dream to wear a Chiori boutique dress for my wedding. I really thought the chance had passed me by.
Inwiefern bist du schnell? Mir geht's auf jeden Fall ganz gut und selbst.
Wait, isn't that Chiori? She's actually at her shop today?
Das liegt doch sicher an der Modewoche von Fontaine, oder?
Oh, you've got a point there. Well, once she's done with her customer, we can go and ask her.
Mr. Muffin. Hallöchen. That's a German Stream. Und Panty... Andrew? Danke für die Feature-Enter.
I'm a woman of my word. If I say I can do something, then it'll be done. The first rule of business is to always keep your promises.
Ah.
Now,
Na dann.
remember to not fold it
Hallöchen.
down or store it under direct sunlight. I'd recommend only taking it out on the day of the wedding. But from the look on your face, I can tell that may be a little difficult for you.
Mr. Muffin, bist du Deutscher oder Englischer oder warum schreibst du auf Englisch?
Oh, I'll try my best. Once he sees me in this, his jaw is gonna drop straight to the floor.
Chiori, you're actually at your shop today!
Is that really so shocking? It is mine, after all. Anything you're looking for today? A custom design, or perhaps some ready-to-wear outfits for kids?
Ein fliegendes Paimon.
Hey, Paimon's not a kid!
Was die Modewoche von Fontaine angeht.
Oh, that. Well, if news of the event has reached your ears, I suppose the Fontaine Apparel Association's advertising efforts have paid off.
Ja, witzige Sache. Ist es nicht mehr relevant. Gut, dass du mich daran erinnerst, das muss ich das nächste Mal rausnehmen. Weil TikTok hat das jetzt entfernt. Ich stream's jetzt nur noch im Hochformat. Und TikTok hat mir deswegen das ganze Layout kaputt gemacht. Danke, TikTok.
Are there any fun and popular activities that we can take part in?
Ugh, Fashion Week isn't what I'd call fun. But it certainly always attracts a crowd. It's a fashion extravaganza that only takes place once a year, after all.
Will you be showing off some of your designs too?
Of course. All designers
Alles,
at the Court of Fontaine
Sarah,
use the week to
alles.
advertise their brand. If you're lucky, you could even land a large amount of orders as soon as the main show ends. Come to think of it, it was also at a previous fashion week that our label first took off.
Aren't you pretty much an established name now? People will still buy your clothes even if you don't participate this year, right?
Doch, da bin ich dran gewöhnt.
Yeah, that's not quite how it works. While many people buy clothes for fit and style, the fashion industry also strongly values a label's artistic vision and creative direction. Why would anyone patronize a label that hasn't even bothered to put out any new designs for the year?
Ich weiß nicht, sie kommt mir vor wie ein 4-Star, kein 5-Star. Was sagt ihr?
In the end, fashion is just a representation of the spirit of the times. People support your brand because they support the vision it represents.
Huh. Okay, so maybe fashion's more complicated than Paimon thought. All that complicated stuff aside, you're saying we'll be able to see new Chiori designs at the show?
Absolutely. The designs have already been finalized. I'm just waiting for the fabrics to arrive.
Ooh, are you using materials you can't get in Fontaine?
Well, I still have a certain partiality to Inazuma-made fabrics. The textures are pleasant to the touch, and their familiarity gives me a sense of security.
Oh.
Oh, Paimon gets it! It's that feeling of home.
Ugh. Something like that. Yes.
Ja, mach ihr noch mehr Heimweh, Paimon. Ist ja furchtbar mit dir.
We're a long way from Inazuma, though. Aren't you concerned that your shipment might get lost or stolen along the way?
No need to worry. I've already taken steps to ensure that it'll arrive safely. I've
Das stimmt.
entrusted the job to Komani Express's most reliable courier.
Excuse me. Coming through. Coming through. Chiori, your shipment's here. I know it's quite late, so I'm really sorry.
Deep breaths, Kirara, then start again.
Oh, so Kirara's the courier you were talking about.
Oh, hey, Traveler and Paimon. Fancy seeing you here in Fontaine. It's been a while.
Wie ist der Sound eigentlich? Passt das mit der Lautstärke von meiner Stimme und dem Spielsound? Lange nicht gesehen. Wie wäre es mit einer Partie Geniale Beschwörung?
Maybe next time. Considering how late this delivery is, I'm not sure this is the time to play cards. Plus, I know this shipment is really important to Chiori, so I should probably make sure everything's in order.
Chiara, du musst an das Herz der Karten glauben. Die Karten werden Zeit machen.
Wait a second. This is the second time that you've seen me flub a delivery job now, isn't it? Oh, you somehow always happen to catch me off my game, huh?
Schnief.
So, what was the holdup? Sailing delays, bad weather?
Huh? No, nothing like that. I just ran into a bit of trouble, that's all.
Aha, sie lügt wieder.
Bandits, then? Or treasure hoarders? A few run-ins on the road aren't usually enough to give you any trouble.
Well, I didn't run into anyone exactly. I just got a little lost.
Deine Schwänze. Das hört sich so falsch an.
Keeping you honest as always, I see.
all right. I was stopped by a group of bandits as soon as I entered Fontaine.
Ach, die ist doch knuffig. Keine Ahnung, warum ihr sie nicht mögt.
They were a little different from the ones I usually run into. I could hear them mumbling about Komonia Express.
Ach, ein
It
David.
was obvious they were looking for someone with two tails.
So it was a targeted hit?
I got the sense that they were actually targeting Chiori's goods.
My fabric shipment?
Ich spiele Genshin.
Yeah, they said that I could go as long as I left the goods with them. Otherwise, they'd stuff me into my delivery box and toss me into the sea to drown.
Oh, are you okay, Kirara?
Oh, I'm good. I'm still a yokai after all. I turned them over to the guards. It just took me a while to round them all up.
Well, it's not completely out of the ordinary for one of your deliveries to get intercepted. But it still doesn't make sense how you knew it was my goods they were after. You've got other deliveries to make in Fontaine, don't you?
Was mich halt irritiert, ist, dass sie Füße als Tatzenfüße hat, aber Menschenohren.
Is there something else that you're keeping from me?
Habe ich in Just Game Cat?
Well...
Perhaps I need to reconsider how many stars to give you in my review.
Danke.
You always know how to get me, Chiori. Alright, I'll talk. So, I kinda wanted to know why anyone would order a hit on me, so I spent a bit of time investigating. One of the bandits had a loose tongue, which saved me some time. He said that a certain person had commissioned them to intercept Chiori Boutique's delivery.
Wobei, interessant, dass du sagst, dass Chiara eine süße Maus ist, da sie eindeutig Richtung Katze geht.
And who might this person be?
Chiori, why don't we just let this one go? I mean, I didn't really get injured, and you've still got Fashion Week to worry about.
I appreciate your kindness, Kirara, but if I don't teach this person a lesson, I doubt they'll stop here. Anyone that dares to mess with one of my friends deserves a stern talking to and then some.
Oh, sie sieht böse aus. Oh, niemand hat so einen eiskalten Blick drauf wie Yai Miko.
All right. The guy said that the commissioner was someone by the name of Aether.
Mutter, Lichtbringer.
Aether. Now that name rings a bell. Wouldn't you say, Kirara?
Well, that's exactly why I didn't want to bring it up to you.
So you both know this Aether guy?
Through Chiori's complaints about him, sure. He's a fellow fashion designer who's made it his goal in life to make hers as miserable as possible.
Wow.
Oh, so he's like a business rival.
Ein richtiger Charmeur.
A rival is what you call someone who fights you fair and square. Aether, however, just has it out for me as a designer. He's publicly disparaged my design choices, my use of materials. He's practically tried every trick in the book to ruin my good name.
Nette Person.
I've already warned him before to compete with me fair and square, but I guess he prefers playing dirty.
Play dirty to me.
Wait, Chiori, where are you going?
To teach someone a lesson. You must be tired after your long journey. Why don't you rest in my shop for a little while before heading back?
Oh, da ist jemand sauer.
Chiori! Wait!
And she's gone.
Oh no. What should we do?
You seem concerned. Should we be worried about Chiori?
Nee, nicht Chiori, eher Uta.
Well, she's always been the type of person to face things head on. But with her fiery temper, I'm just worried whatever she's about to do will fuel negative publicity about her right before the start of Fashion Week.
Ach was, sowas wie negative Publicity gibt's nicht. Es gibt nur Publicity.
Traveler, Paimon, could you go after her and check out the situation for me? As a formal employee of Komonia Express, it wouldn't be appropriate for me to get involved.
Klar doch.
Yeah, we'll take good care of Chiori.
To be honest, I'm more worried about that Aether guy's safety.
Dito. Wenn sie über die heutige Nacht sprechen. Ansonsten könnte ich ja mal, müsste ich mal was machen. Wenn ich ganz, ganz frech und fies bin. Moment, gleich geht's weiter. Ich muss nur einen Link teilen. Bam, 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 bam. Wo bin ich? Wo bin ich? Wo bin ich? Wo ist der Streamplan? Hier. So und so und so. Auf geht's. Das wäre doch gelacht, wenn wir das nicht hinkriegen. Dann viel Spaß bei weg. Oder mit weg.
Any chance you're on the clock, officer? Nothing good
Travelers!
ever comes out of you addressing me like that. Oh? And I see the Traveler and Paimon are here too.
Grüße.
Chevras, we meet again.
Soll ich weg anschreiben, dass er bei dir vorbeikommen soll? Bist du auf Patrouille? Läuft die Arbeit gut?
Well, things have been fine on my end. We were able to bring in a large number of recruits thanks to that film we made. I suppose the trade-off is that I'm now constantly getting stopped for autographs while out on patrol. Not ideal, if you ask me.
Ist das zwischen euch passiert?
Well, you were one of the leading roles after all.
So, did something happen? Indeed it did. I'll need you to come with me. I only ever hear that phrase from you. Usually I'm the one asking people to do that.
Was seltsam ist, du schreibst Nein, ohne davor an Lurk zu schreiben. Das heißt, du bist noch im Lurk und schreibst. Das ist nicht sehr sinnvoll.
Well, are you coming? Not before I know what you're planning. Have I ever made a bad call? The better question is, have you ever made one that didn't violate proper procedure?
Hey, willkommen zurück, Sie.
Okay. A man hired a group of bandits to mug my friend. Are you sure this is something you should be telling the captain of the special patrol? It's getting hard to tell whether you're here to report a case or turn yourself in for one.
Noch hat sie nichts gemacht.
Neither. I'm requesting personal supervision from said captain, so I don't do anything too out of line.
Are you planning to?
Not if I can help it.
All right. Where is this person?
Follow me.
Ich liebe das einfach so. Komm lieber mit, ansonsten werde ich was Dummes anstellen. Planst du denn was Dummes anzustellen? Nicht, wenn ich es vermeiden kann. Okay, ich komme mit. So nach dem Motto, ich habe heute ein Verbrechen verurteilt. Wie? Selbstkontrolle.
Just promise you'll start trying to keep yourself out of trouble.
Well, when trouble stops coming my way, I'll be sure to get on that.
Warte mal, hier bin ich ja noch nie nach links abgebogen. Hier war ich ja noch nie.
This should be the place. You all wait here. I'll go have a chat with him.
Oh nein, Super Earth-Propaganda. Schnell weg, rette sich, wer kann.
You know, Chevras, Paimon gets the sense that you two are actually pretty close.
It's just as Chiori said. We got to know each other pretty well in our lines of work. You could call it a you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours sort of situation.
Ich weiß nicht, im Englischen macht es irgendwie mehr Freude.
Does Chiori often need your help?
Hat es was mit einer bestimmten Person zu tun, die wegblockiert hat?
I'd say it's mutual. The Special Patrol needs her help quite often as well. We've got tough problems of our own. Getting people to talk, for example. The uniform, the musket, they're intimidating. Most people clam up the minute they see us. Lips sealed so tight, getting them to talk almost feels like trying to break into the fortress of Meripede. But put them in a clothing boutique,
Na
and
dann.
they suddenly start
Fühl
gushing
dich
faster
geknuddelt.
than the waters at the Fountain of Lucine.
Oh, is it because they're trying to show off or something?
Yep. People are vain creatures. They can't help but want to talk up new developments in their lives or show off how much they know about other people. And nothing brings out that sort of vanity quite like fashion. As a result, Chiori often picks up on all kinds of information in her shop.
Most of her customers are members of the upper class, which means they're pretty much up to the gills in wealth and intel.
You scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. Huh, Paimon gets it now?
Exactly. I'm also here to ensure Chiori's safety. Those who make trouble for her also tend to be rich and powerful. And in some very rare cases, I'm forced to protect other people from Chiori herself.
Wie jetzt zum Beispiel.
So, who got on her case this time? It's been a while since I last saw her that angry.
Oh, so this is what happened.
Ein Mordfall.
Huh? Aether, you say?
You've heard of him?
Yep. He's made trouble for Chiori several times already. He's fond of pretty much every dirty trick in the book. I heard that even the Maison Gardiennage issued him a warning due to his behavior.
Wow, ein ganz böser Junge.
So he's back at it, huh? His funeral, I guess.
Oh nein, sie geht es nicht gut. Sie hat jetzt Urk geschrieben.
Whoa, what's this about a funeral all of a sudden?
Wieso klappt es hier eigentlich gerade nicht so, wie ich es gerne hätte? Oder klappt es doch und ich sehe es nur nicht?
I just meant that Aether's done for. Now bring it in, you two. Get right up close.
Sure, but why?
Because this is probably going to turn into one of those very rare cases I just talked about.
Oh, da ist jemand böse. Oh.
What are you doing? Stay away from me!
Has anyone ever taught you the definition of stupidity?
Huh?
Stupidity is doing the same meaningless thing over and over again.
Nee, das ist die Definition von Wahnsinn, nicht von Dummheit, wobei.
It appears you've forgotten what I told you before. So, allow me to refresh your memory. Oh, and if you dare lay your hands on my friend again, you can expect a far less pleasant landing next time.
Chiori?
Interesting.
Officer, an assault's in progress! Please, officer, you've got to do something!
Of course. I'll do my utmost to investigate the situation. Unfortunately, I was chatting with this traveler and seemed to have missed what happened.
Du bist am Arsch, Kollege.
Not to worry, though. If you'd allow me to search the scene, I'm sure I'll be able to collect some useful evidence. You don't mind, do you? There's nothing in there that would implicate you in any illegal activity, I would hope.
Forget it. It wasn't that big of a deal.
Geh rein, ich will sehen, was da drin ist.
Ms. Chiori, I must also ask you to refrain from engaging in such disorderly conduct in the future, especially out in the open like this.
Aber, Gänsehaut.
Apologies, officer. I guess you could say I'm just used to tossing out any trash I come across on the street.
You...
Aber man darf keinen Müll auf die Straße werfen, das ist nicht nett. Damit verdreckst du die ganze Umwelt.
Is there anything else either of you have to say for yourselves?
Besonders wenn es so ein stinkender Unrat ist.
That's all from me. I sincerely hope that today's events will never happen again.
We'll see about that.
Whoa, that scared the heck out of Paimon! How did he just go flying out like that?
Sie ist ganz cool, aber sie sieht aus wie eine, wie soll ich sagen, Billigkopie, das ist wie Yai Miko auf Wish bestellt. Welch unglaublich Kraft, was für ein wunderschöner Bogen.
You're too kind.
Now's not the time to be accepting compliments. What happened to not doing anything too out of line?
Oh, not if I could help it, is what I said. And I think I kept to that. I started with a verbal warning, but he displayed neither shame nor remorse. If anything,
He kept running his mouth with insults and threats.
Insults and threats so bad that he deserved to be tossed out like a sack of trash?
Ich finde sie auch toll. Ich finde sie nur nicht, dass sie wie ein 5-Sterne-Charakter wirkt. Da finde ich Chevres schon mehr 5-Sterne-Material und sie ist ein 4-Star.
Believe it or not, they were that bad. He deserved to get knocked down a peg. It's the only way to get him to stop.
You could have reported him to the guards.
Hat sie doch.
Oh, I will. But it'll take some time for them to gather evidence. And he denied that he ever had anything to do with those bandits. I don't want anything else to happen during Fontaine Fashion Week. On top of that, if Kirara is going to continue delivering goods for me, the least I can do is guarantee her safety.
Ich habe mich extrem gewundert, als es hieß, dass sie ein 4-Star war. Ich dachte, ich würde sie im 5-Star-Banner ziehen müssen.
Oh, that reminds me. There is another favor I'd like to ask of you today.
What a shame. I believe you've already used up your favor quota for the day.
Oh.
Have I? Well, it's a good thing I was planning on taking an advance on tomorrow's quota then.
Don't you think you're maxed out on advances already?
Ach, kein bisschen.
I always pay you back in information, don't I? It's just like you said. You scratch my back, and I scratch yours.
Darf ich auch ein paar Rücken kratzen? Ist nur 57. Hab ich ja komplett vergessen. Aha, aha. Interessant, Sarah. Interesting.
The wind rises.
Soll ich noch mehr Rücken kratzen?
We're back.
You were gone for an awfully long time. Oh, please tell me nothing bad happened.
There's nothing to worry about. All you need to know is that you'll never have to worry about someone in Fontaine messing with your deliveries again.
Für heute.
Sorry, Chiori. I didn't mean to cause you so much trouble.
Wieso? Ihre Lieferung war das Problem, nicht du.
What are you talking about? You didn't do anything wrong. Those greedy bandits are to blame, along with a certain someone who doesn't know when to lay off the petty tricks. The next time you need to leave the city, call the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. They'll escort you half of the way, and the Spina di Rusula can take the second half.
Auf der anderen
With that
Seite,
sort of escort,
ihre
the next
Strümpfe
time you
finde
make
ich
a
toll.
delivery, those treasure hoarders won't go anywhere near your goods. Unless, of course, it's to offer to carry them for you.
Good one, Chiori.
I'm being serious. You know me. If I bring something up, you can assume it's already a done deal. You're going back to Inazuma tomorrow, right?
Wait, you don't mean...
I've already spoken to the captain of the Special Patrol. As discussed, the patrol's going to take a small detour during their daily training tomorrow. As for Navia, I'll give her a heads up in a bit.
There's really no need. I'm just a simple courier. I don't need to be surrounded by a bunch of armed guards. Or ones with sunglasses, for that matter. Don't you think this is a bit much?
Vor allem, sie ist ja nicht mehr in Gefahr. Die gefährlichen Waren hat sie dir ja schon übergeben.
Well, you certainly shouldn't count on such a procession for every trip you make to Fontaine. It's just a one-off thing. For my own peace of mind. It'll also show those guys what'll happen to those who dare to mess with my friends.
Wenn sie schon mit der Sonderpatrouille gesprochen hat, dann stell dir es dir so vor, als ob eine Hand die andere wäscht.
Yes, well put.
Well, if you think it's a good idea, Traveler, then I guess it's fine.
Well, with the bad guys out of the way and your goods safely delivered, everything should be good to go for Fontaine Fashion Week, right?
I believe so. I'll try to churn out a few more outfits over the next few days. I've heard a lot of suppliers will be participating this year.
Paimon's gonna take a guess and say suppliers are super important.
But of course, they supply us designers with funding, equipment, factory access. You have to work with them if you want to become a truly renowned fashion house.
That's also why this year's Fashion Week is so important to me.
But isn't your brand already really famous, Chiori? Your clothes are so pretty and so nice to wear. I can't help but brag about them to my customers whenever I get the chance.
Even so, I would imagine there are still people who've never heard of the Chiori brand, yes?
Well, I mean, with the amount of places that I deliver to, it's only natural that some people from other nations haven't heard of it.
Then it's still not famous enough. My goal is to make the Chiori brand renowned throughout all of Teyvat.
That's not good enough.
All of it? Your business would have to get pretty huge then.
Wait, would that mean I could just go to any Chiori branch on the continent to get my clothes fixed? It has been pretty inconvenient having to come to Fontaine every time I need to get them patched up.
Alternatively, of course, you could just be a bit more careful with them. They're already about as durable as I can make them.
Okay, I'll admit, they do get snagged on branches pretty often, but I can't help it. It's hard to be careful about that sort of thing when you're trying to take a nice nap in a tree.
Well, if that's your dream, Chiori, then we should do our best to make it a reality. Is there anything we can do to help out with Fashion Week?
I'm sure I could think of something.
Ooh, what is it? What is it?
Wir als Model.
Why don't you come to my shop tomorrow and model for me? Simply put, you'll serve as my living mannequins.
Oh, so we get to try on some of your clothes? Got it!
Seeing them off the rack will also give me the chance to make some small adjustments to the stitching and the silhouette of the designs.
Sounds easy enough.
Brauchst du uns auch für den Laufsteg? Könnten wir die Kleidungsstücke behalten?
No need. We've already booked the models for that. If you like them, though, feel free to visit the boutique and see if anything catches your eye. I'll even give you a special discount.
In Primo Gems, oder?
Ooh, sounds great! Paimon was just starting to get curious about all this design stuff.
Then we have a deal. You'll model some formal wear, Traveler, and I don't know. Paimon here will show off some kids' designs. I'll see you both tomorrow then.
Yep, sounds good. Wait, kids' clothes? Paimon told you already she's not a little kid.
Aber du hast die Größe von einem. Na dann. Warte bis zum nächsten Morgen, 6 bis 10 Uhr. Na dann. Auf geht's. Na, sie steigt. Steht früh auf. Dann viel Spaß, Sarah.
Chiori, we're here!
You're here early. I haven't even opened the shop yet.
Wait, has Kirara left already?
Yep, with the special patrol. Bright and early.
Did everything go all right on the road?
I believe so. The patrol makes for quite the entourage. The way they marched forward with Kirara in the center, you'd think she was some sort of VIP. For the second leg, the Spina also came with a pretty large group, led by Navia herself.
Sehr cool.
They took care to clear the path beforehand as well. Kirara won't so much as step on a single stray rock on her journey.
Ich finde das irgendwie so knuffig.
I even heard that Navia decided out of the blue to make a batch of macarons as a going-away gift for Kirara. An excellent souvenir to remember Fontaine by, I'd say.
Aber das Souvenir hält doch nicht
Sounds
lange.
like Navia really got into it.
My thoughts exactly. She even lamented the fact that she didn't have time to prepare something even fancier. I'm pretty sure she can't wait for another escort opportunity to come her way.
You know, now that you mention Navia, Paimon thinks the two of you are actually pretty similar. You say what you mean, and when you have an idea, you really hit the ground running.
I suppose that's why we're such good friends. Navia has a certain resilience about her. It's part of who she is. No matter what comes her way, she never bows down in the face of adversity. That sort of determination and courage is something I really admire.
Wann wird eigentlich unser Pseudo-Wasser-Archon wieder mal den Rerun haben?
That same spirit is the true vision of my brand. When she first mentioned commissioning an outfit from my boutique, well, I'm sure you can imagine my excitement.
It's like finding the perfect brand ambassador, huh?
Indeed. Customers pay attention not just to the clothes, but also to the figures in society who wear said clothes. People like to copy the styles of those they look up to.
Nicht nur Villette. Der Arkon. Unsere liebe Furina.
Huh. And here Paimon thought all that mattered was for the clothes to look cute.
Fashion is about more than just looks, my dear. Especially if you've got your sights set on a market the size of Teyvat.
Schade.
Well, would you look at the time?
Oh yeah. Come on, let's get down to business. We're here to model.
Indeed. Give me a moment while I go retrieve some fabrics and sample outfits. Why don't you help me set up the shop displays in the meantime?
Die Frage ist, was sollen wir für den Community-Account ziehen?
Set them up? How exactly?
Just carefully organize the ready-to-wear clothes with an eye toward their types and styles. This way, we can guarantee that the customers will see something different every day.
Whoa, there sure is a lot that goes into running a store.
Well then, I'll leave the displays to you.
So,
Ernsthaft? Wir hatten hier doch Madame, hier. The one and only. Die Frau mit dem Vogel. Hat sie den Vogel gerade gefressen? Einfach mal den Vogel gesnackt. Das war alles. Die habe ich ja auch, unsere liebe Raiden.
Not bad. You might just have an eye for design. Anyway, let's move on to the real task at hand. Over here, stand still. I'll take your measurements first.
Excuse me, Miss Chiori.
Oh, good morning, Leanne. How have you been recently?
Not too bad.
Das kommt sehr gekrampft rüber.
Your gown will be ready next week, so there's no need to worry about missing the ball. Or did you come here today because you'd like to make a new request, perhaps?
Oh, no. Nothing like that, Miss Chiori. To be honest, I came here today to cancel my order for that gown.
Was?
Cancel your order.
But you can keep the deposit, of course. I know you can't return any materials you've already used.
Dann macht es keinen Sinn, dass du sie stornierst.
Don't worry about the materials. I'm more concerned about you. Did something happen, Leanne? Have your plans changed? It's alright. I'm not trying to make things difficult for you. I'll take note of the cancellation.
Thank you. I'm really sorry.
Wieso glaube ich bloß, dass es einen anderen Grund hat?
Don't worry about it. Just let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
is it just Paimon, or was she acting a bit strange just now? Wonder why she wouldn't tell us why she was canceling her order.
It's not a big deal. These things happen every once in a while. A family emergency, an important payday falling through, a lover's quarrel, no one to take you to the ball. I've pretty much heard it all. Judging from the look on her face, something's keeping her from revealing the truth to us. It's best not to pry.
Well, guess this means you'll have more time to work on Fashion Week, right?
That's true. Come, let's pick up where we left off.
Ich glaube, irgendjemand erzählt ganz, ganz miese Sachen über sie. Da habe ich Erfahrung mit, weil auch ganz, ganz viele Sachen immer wieder über mich erzählt werden. Yay. Die nächste
Is
Stornierung.
Miss Chiori in?
Ja, hier, mach die Augen auf.
I am. How can I help you?
I'd like to return this item.
Oh. Could I ask why?
It's just, not to my liking. You said I could get a refund if I wasn't satisfied, so that's why I'm here.
Oha, da hat jemand Nerven.
Is there something about it that didn't meet your expectations? Are the sleeves too short? Or is the color too dark? I can always make those adjustments for you.
No need. You don't have to concern yourself with that. I'd just like that refund, please.
Solchen Personen würde ich gerne eine Backpfeife geben.
And I'd be happy to process that for you. If you could just tell me the cause of your dissatisfaction.
Is Chiori here? I'd like to return my outfit.
Ja, ich ahne was.
Another one?
Is there some sort of new calamity coming that I haven't heard about? Another flood? Or an apocalypse, maybe? What does the prophecy say this time? You'll be spared if you get rid of all your clothes? Surely the entire population of Fontaine didn't convene and pick this one day to come and return my clothes. What is going on?
Raus damit, Kollege.
What kind of rags are you trying to sell us, huh? The way I see it, this shop is nothing more than a black market front run by a bunch of dirty criminals.
Oha.
Please calm down, sir.
What is he talking about?
Haven't you heard? Chiori, a boutique, has been exposed for having close ties with criminals. It's all over the papers.
Interesting.
And just who is it that dares to throw that accusation around?
Well, you tell us. The fabrics you've got here, they're all sourced from underground factories, aren't they?
Nein, die kommen aus Inazuma.
I've been transparent about my materials from the very beginning. I've already proved there's nothing wrong with them. If a little hearsay and baseless slander are enough to convince you, then by all means, go ahead and hand over your garments right now. Spare yourself from that flood of yours. Or have you not been convinced of that one just yet?
You...
Ja?
Elof!
Miss Chiori?
Go outside and help these customers with their return requests. There's no need to ask them why. We'll refund them at the purchase price.
Alright.
And once you're done, put up the sign that says we're closed for the day.
Got it.
Oh, ich will der Person eine Backpfeife geben.
Chiori.
Diese Gerüchte.
They couldn't be more fabricated if you tried. No need to worry about them. I'm sure they'll go away on their own in a few days. The real goal here is to divert my attention away from Fashion Week. The best response right now is to tune it out and focus on finalizing my designs.
If you say so, but Paimon still can't help but worry.
Haben wir nicht eine Kollegin bei der Gazette, bei der Zeitung? Sollten wir sie nicht fragen, was abgeht?
The best way to respond to public skepticism is to let your work speak for itself. There will be no doubt about the quality of my work once my new designs are released. The public just has to see it for themselves.
Nicht, wenn die davon ausgehen, dass du Kinderarbeit oder sowas machst. Das ist eine blöde Strategie.
Miss Chiori, bad news!
Oh, for the love of... Can a woman not get a moment of peace to do her work?
It's our accessories supplier. They just sent word that they'll no longer be able to supply us during Fashion Week.
What? No accessories? Not even the ones we pre-ordered?
Yes, that's what their messenger said.
Okay.
And what about the models we asked them to book for us?
I think they'll probably pull out as well.
Oha. Ich glaube, wir sollten Uta noch mal einen Besuch abstatten.
Even the suppliers believe those nasty rumors?
Is the messenger still here?
No, they've already left.
So, no accessories means no brooches, no bow ties, things like that?
Not just that. It means no gems, ribbons, gold thread, all the elements that lend life and soul to my designs.
Uh-oh.
But if you take those away, does that mean you won't be able to make your designs at all?
Alof, you stay and watch the shop. I'll go talk to the supplier myself.
Wir gehen mit dir. Vielleicht finden wir ja was heraus, was hier passiert ist.
Yeah, and we can vouch for you too. We'll make sure your supplier knows there's nothing wrong with your clothes.
Thank you. In that case, please come with me.
Bin ich mal gespannt, was da abgeht. Dass ein paar Gerüchte reichen, um sich zurückzuziehen. Geschäftsschädigend. Wo muss ich überhaupt hin? Da hinten.
Squall and Fury.
Aber wenn es in den Zeitungen steht... Naja, wenn sowas halt passiert, solche Lügengeschichten, dann kann man sehr viel Schadenersatz von der Zeitung fordern. Das Problem ist, die Zeitung verdient viel mehr.
We really are just going to talk, right?
Of course. I wouldn't do anything to one of my business partners, especially when a reasonable conversation should suffice.
Also keinen Müll rausbringen?
Who is it?
Venger, it's Chiori. We've worked together all these years. The least you could do is allow me a face-to-face conversation.
Straightforward as always, I see. You know, there are certain conventions people usually follow if they want to seek someone's company. Sending a messenger, for example.
And when has following convention ever gotten me anywhere? Why hire a messenger when I can just explain things in person?
Have you read the papers today?
Nö.
I don't like to waste my time on baseless lies and speculation. Maybe that's something you should consider as well.
You're right.
Danke, Georg.
I only subscribe to the Steambird. And most days, I never even read the others.
So, these rumors. The Steambird was the one that published them?
No, not at all. They were in some second-rate fashion tabloids.
Well then, there you go. Those sort of headlines become old news faster than you can read them. Surely a bit of tabloid drama isn't worth cutting off my supply.
You would think that. But this time is different.
Inwiefern?
Someone paid off the tabloids to publish the same article at once. They even went so far as to leave a copy in front of every house. That's how I first learned of the rumors.
Oh. Wir sollten mal diesem Modehaus einen Besuch abstatten, ne? Und ein paar... Wir sollten richtig liebenswürdig zu ihnen sein, falls ihr versteht, was ich meine.
Every house? That means someone must have been planning this for a very long time.
Geht's dir gut dahin?
It seems your rival really pulled out all the stops this time, Chiori. The article was even published alongside a photo of you.
What sort of photo?
A photo of you beating up someone on the street yesterday.
Yesterday? Wait, that means...
Uther again.
Here, I've got a copy. See for yourselves.
Will auch sehen. Ach, Hilfe. Chioris Boutique. Hinter modischer Kleidung versteckte Dunkelheit. Die im Hof von Fontaine ansässige Chiori Boutique rühmt sich ihres Stils und gilt als Establishment maßgeschneiderter Dienstleistungen. Dies ist jedenfalls die eine Seite der Medaille. Quellen aus dem Umfeld von Fort Maropite zufolge brüstet sich mehr als eine Täterin damit, seine Kleidung in der Chiori Boutique gekauft zu haben. Was? Dies ist auf jeden Fall eine Seite von der Milliarde. Quellen aus dem Umfeld von Fort Maropite zufolge brüstet sich mehr als eine Täter damit. Kleidung in der... Ich hatte einfach das Gefühl, dass die Atmosphäre dort wie maßgeschneidert für mich war. So die Worte des Insassen Lyle. Eine Aussage, die bei vielen seiner Mitgefangenen sofort auf Zustimmung stieß. Soll unseren Informationen zufolge ein kürzlich inhaftierter Gewalttäter vor etwa einem Jahr öffentlich die Kleidungsentwürfe Chioris unterstützt haben. Nach eingehender Überprüfung einer Reihe von Zulieferern der Chiori Boutique stellt unsere Reporter fest, dass es einen weiteren Grund für die Vorliebe der Kriminellen für die Chiori Boutique zu geben scheint. Wie ein riesiger Hand zieht sich die Fäden hinter den Kulissen und ist untrennbar mit allerlei ominösen Gestalten und ihren Machenschaften verbunden. Interessant. Unsere Recherche ergab, dass eines der Mitglieder der Familie Wagner, die die Chiori-Boutique mit Schmuck beliefern, auch ein regelmäßiger Gast im Formarupid ist. Dies bestätigt das dann wohl gleich und gleich gesellt sich gern. Also, weil Häftlinge gerne diese Marke ziehen, sind die Leute, die die Marke herstellen, auch kriminell? Das ist mal eine sehr interessante Interpretation von Kontaktschuld. Und das ist nicht alles. Viele Kunden berichten davon, dass ihnen der Chiori-Boutique Gewalt widerfahren sei. Einer unter ihnen, ein gewisser Herr Valerian, hatte dazu Folgendes zu sagen. Sie ist nicht nur unfreundlich, sondern weigert sich auch, die Kleidung den Kunden zu ändern. Meine Kleidung hat sie rücksichtslos mit ihrer Schere bearbeitet und dabei völlig ruiniert. Irgendwie glaube ich nicht, dass das stimmt. Und dann wurde ich auch noch durchs Fenster hinausgeworfen. Wenn man dorthin geht, betritt man keine Boutique, sondern einen Spelunke für Verbrecher. Zweifellos werden sich viele Bürger doch gefragt haben, warum das Fenster der Chiori-Boutique so häufig lautstark zu Bruch geht und was für diese schreckliche Durcheinander immer wieder verursacht. Das unglückliche Erlebnis von Herrn Valerian dürfte die Erklärung dafür sein. Aha. Nur einen Tag vor der Veröffentlichung dieses Beitrags ereignete sich ein weiterer brutaler Zwischenfall auf der Straße. Wie deutlich auf dem Bild dieses Artikels zu sehen ist, hebt Chiori, die Eigentümerin der Chiori-Boutique, ihrem Konkurrenten, Herrn Utter, unverfroren auf offener Straße am Kragen, in die Höhe und wirft ihn dabei Drohgebärden entgegen. Der Vorfall konnte schließlich durch die eintreffende Gendarmerie unterbunden werden. Nachdem wir bei verschiedenen Kriminellen nachgefragt hatten, warum sie die Chiori-Boutique so schätzen, lauteten die Antworten immer folgt: Chiori, dieser Name gebe ihnen Hoffnung. Wisst ihr, was ich da immer gerne sage? Wenn die Leute so ein Bild von einem haben wollen, dann sollte man sie in diesem Glauben unterstützen. Sprich, man geht ihnen hin und zeigt ihnen, dass jedes einzelne dieser Wörter wahr ist. Immer und immer wieder. Mal schauen, ob sie ihre Meinung dann bald ändern werden. Mit ihren engen Verbindungen zum illegalen Unterwelt verwendet die Chiori-Boutique unrechtmäßige Gewerbepraktiken, um sich an der Spitze zu halten. Sie gibt den Übeltätern unter uns die Hoffnung, dass der Unrecht weiterhin Bestand haben kann. Okay, sorry, jeder, der diesen Text liest und da nicht stutzig wird, bei dem ist Hopfen und Malz verloren. Boah. Dass das Unrecht weiterhin Bestand haben kann, wenn man es unter den Deckmantel der Mode und Schönheit verbirgt. Vielleicht heiligt die Käufer der Kleidung aus der Chiori-Boutique die Philosophie der Marke. Die zu liquidieren, die andere Meinung vertreten als sie selbst. Wie gesagt, wenn sie dran glauben, sollten wir ihnen zeigen, dass sie recht haben. Chiori-Boutique könnte es sich hierbei etwa um einen Modetrend handeln, der von der Modewelt blindlings gefördert wird und dabei die Bösen zugeschnitten ist?
Behind the scenes, the true Chiori boutique takes shape. Not a fashion house, but a house of lies. Relying on its close ties to the criminal underworld, the Chiori brand employs illegal competitive tactics to come out on top, giving hope to the evildoers among us that wrongdoing can still prevail, provided you conceal it under the guise of fashion and beauty.
Vor allem, warum kappt er? Der weiß doch selber, dass er keine illegalen Geschäfte haben. Dieser Brief tut ihn ja genauso anschwärzen wie Sie. Sollten Sie da nicht eher zusammenhalten und gegen diese Gerüchte vorgehen?
I don't know what happened, and I don't want to comment on things that I didn't see with my own eyes. Still, that photo shows you to be the clear aggressor.
Aber Uta hat Chiori zuerst belästigt. Ja, heute sogar irgendwelche Schläge an, um ihre Zustellerin anzugreifen.
Yeah, he was the one who started it, that little...
I appreciate you standing up for me, Paimon. But it can't be helped now.
That's right. The court of public opinion has already made up its mind. Still, I've got to give your rival high marks for effort. They even dug up the fact that my father once served time in the fortress of Meripede.
Aha, geht doch. Jetzt fängt er endlich an zu nachzudenken. Ja, und in VR-Chat gibt's die tonnenweise.
But that was so long ago.
In the world of fashion, your past is like a piece of clothing stained with mud. Once tainted, it can never be washed clean.
Das hört sich an wie so ein hasserfüllter Twitter-Mob.
They claim that most of your clientele are criminals and that those who buy your clothes are just like you. People who silence all dissent with violence.
The absurdity. I don't even know which part to laugh at the most.
Well, it's no laughing matter. Maybe your clientele are criminals. Maybe they're not. There's even the possibility that they're just people who happen to commit crimes after buying your clothes. But with the way this article combines fact with rumor, trying to determine the truth is practically an exercise of futility. It's not...
Venger, are you sure you won't reconsider? If we go through with the show together, we can defeat them fair and square.
If I were younger, I might have said yes. But I'm no longer that brave young man with nothing to lose. I've got the family business to consider now.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be perfectly happy to work with you again after this. But my daughter is manning the store during Fashion Week. And I don't want her implicated in all of this. She doesn't deserve to be swarmed by all that negative publicity.
I understand.
Let me offer you a piece of advice, Chiori. For old time's sake. Let this Fashion Week go. There's always next year. You just need to wait for all of this to blow over.
Nee. Ist der Ruf erst ruiniert, lebt es sich ganz ungeniert.
You're free to wait things out, Venger. I'll make my own choices.
Have you ever thought maybe that attitude of yours is what's gotten you into all this trouble?
Kein bisschen.
Have you ever thought maybe this attitude of mine is precisely what paved the way for my success?
Well, fair enough. Then I suppose all there's left to say is... best of luck. As for the models... none of them wanted to be implicated in all of this either.
Understood. Take care.
So, what should we do now?
Ein paar Visagen einbügeln.
Without the accessories, I can no longer use my old designs.
How could they do this? They're making things up. The boutique doesn't have anything to do with violent criminals. Can't people tell this is just a bunch of lies?
Public opinion has never been about what's true and what's not. It's about echoing the loudest voice in the room.
Oh, so wahr.
I should have seen it from the beginning. Aether knows me too well. Everything that happened yesterday was just a trap.
Well, guess all we can do is just head back for now.
Können wir nicht seine Boutique in Besuch abstatten und ein bisschen Heizmaterial herstellen?
Traveler, Paimon!
Charlotte, what are you doing here?
Looking for you, of course. Did you see those fashion tabloids this morning?
You mean that sorry excuse for an article? Oh, just thinking about it makes Paimon's blood boil.
You too, huh? Whoever wrote that article must have known the Steambird would never print something so defamatory. Unfortunately, not all papers in Fontaine share our same sense of journalistic integrity.
Das heißt, wir machen jetzt eine Gegenstory?
Miss Chiori doesn't deserve to suffer all this baseless slander. I was just about to find some people to interview so that I can write an article to refute all those claims. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's people who misrepresent and distort the facts.
Ich mag sie.
That's great! With your help, we might be able to get some people back on our side!
It's my pleasure. I've met Miss Chiori several times. I know she's not the kind of person that article makes her out to be. She was the one who made the hat and tie for my camera, Monsieur Verite. Speaking of Miss Chiori, do you know where she went? Alof told me you were all together.
She was just here. Maybe she went over there? Let's go check!
If you ask me, I think Chiori Boutique is done for.
I mean, what did they expect? Engaging with criminals behind their customers' backs.
Vor allem dieses Okay, was haben...
Kept up a solid front, though. I've even bought from them before.
Okay.
How was it? The owner was plenty fierce, that's for sure. Makes sense if she regularly deals with criminals, I guess. I've got the chills just thinking about it.
Ich will gerade zu ihr hingehen und eine Backpfeife ihr geben. Ich weiß, Gewalt ist keine Lösung, aber ein sehr gutes Argument.
Oh no, we've lost her. Did you hear what all those people were saying? Paimon can't believe they bought all that nonsense.
Miss Chiori doesn't often appear in public or give a lot of interviews, so the general public hasn't had a chance to really get to know her. It's also true that her way of dealing with things can be a little extreme sometimes. It's easy to use that to mislead people who don't know anything else about her.
Oh, this is all Aether's fault. Paimon would pick him up and throw him across the room too if she could.
Aber sie führt dazu, dass man sich sehr gut fühlt.
Wait a second. You don't think Chiori might have gone looking for him, do you? You know, so she can, finish what she started?
That would only make the situation worse for her. I'm sure Miss Chiori knows that too.
Aber erstmal Dampf ablassen, das tut gut.
You've got a point. Let's just return to the boutique and see if she's there then.
Sie ist nicht da, oder?
Oh, who's this?
Ah, this is Miss Letitia. She's also here to see Miss Chiori.
Oh, you were the one who came to collect the wedding dress yesterday, right? Wait, please don't say you're returning that dress too.
Oh, no, not at all. I'm just here to thank her. In fact, if there's anything I can do to help her out, I'd be more than willing.
Ah, so you've come across that article as well.
Yeah, you probably don't know this. But after I got engaged, I didn't think I'd be able to wear a Chiori dress on my wedding day.
Why?
My fiancé owns a small business. It doesn't bring in a lot of mora, but we get by. After he proposed, he took me to Chiori boutique, and we put down a custom order for a dress.
Hallöchen, Magnus.
He probably noticed how often I talked about Miss Chiori's clothes, and how pretty they were. Being able to wear one of her dresses to my wedding has always been my dream.
And then?
And then, something happened to the business. And we ran into major mora problems. We were able to scrounge up enough to pay off our debts, but it left us without the funds to pay for the dress.
But didn't Chiori say she was able to make the dress from what was left of the original deposit?
Hallöchen, Devil.
Yes. When I came to cancel the order, she asked if something happened, and I told her everything. She heard me out, and then told me not to worry. She assured me that the deposit I paid would be enough for the dress, and that she'd be able to finish making it in time as well. She promised that I'd be able to wear a Chiori dress on my wedding day.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it? I've always known Miss Chiori to be a woman of her word.
It is good. It's just, after I went home yesterday, I couldn't help but take out the dress and try it on. My fiancé happened to walk into the room and when he saw me, he froze on the spot.
Ah, what a shame. He's not supposed to see it until the wedding day.
Well, see, that wasn't actually the issue.
Hat die Geschichten geglaubt.
He's seen a lot of wedding dresses in his time doing business. So as soon as he saw it, he knew for sure that it must have cost far more than what we paid.
Huh? So wait, that means...
Yeah. Miss Chiori covered all the costs and held nothing back. The fabric, accessories, beading, construction. It was all of the highest quality.
Miss Letitia, I'd really like to use your story for a piece I'm writing about the boutique. Would you mind going on the record?
Huh? Well, if it would help Miss Chiori out, I wouldn't mind at all.
I think it'd go a long way. Your real experience is more powerful than all those lies combined.
Hey, Olaf! Has Chiori come back here since we left?
Huh? I thought you were all together.
Well,
Uh-oh.
we were. If she didn't come back here, then do you know of any other places she could have gone?
Uh-oh.
Oh, I remember now. There's this one cliff by the sea. Miss Chiori would always go there whenever she was upset.
Wollen wir nicht erstmal bei diesem Uta nachschauen?
In that case, why don't we split up? I'll continue interviewing Miss Letitia, and you two can go look for Miss Chiori.
Besser zu Uta.
Alright, sounds good. Let's go.
Dann können wir ihn für sie verprügeln. Dann hat sie eine reine Weste. Wo muss ich denn hin? Ah, die Klippe da hinten, ne? Oh. Ah, okay. Spring nicht.
There you are, Chiori.
Wieso fühlst du dich dumm, Sarah?
How did you know where Aloft told you, didn't she?
She did. We were just looking for you at the shop and Letitia was there. She wanted to thank you for the dress. So, you see? You don't have to be sad. We'll figure out how to get through this together.
I'm not upset. I just wanted to get some fresh air. Wanna sit here with me? The view's quite stunning.
Er ist wirklich hoch. Da scheint wohl nicht viel Platz zu sein.
Sorry about that. I'm the only one here most of the time.
Alright, don't mind if we do.
Well, how does it feel?
Auch eine interessante Art, wie man eine Geschichte erzählen kann.
This place is pretty great.
Right? It's quiet and open, and far from the relentless critique from fashion commentators and the media. It's just you and the beautiful scenery.
Yeah, it's important to take yourself out of that kind of stressful environment every once in a while.
Ach, alles gut, Sarah. Lieber etwas doppelt erzählen, als gar nichts zu erzählen.
I didn't grow up in a very strict family. My parents would joke that I grew up to be so assertive because they spoiled me as a child. I would get together with the other children to climb trees and explore caves. One time, I even climbed over the walls of the Kamisato estate. One of the servants had to physically remove me.
Whoa, Paimon would have never imagined that.
But even as rambunctious as I was, when it came to needlework, I was as quiet and focused as could be. It was as if I discovered a whole new world within those vibrant, dazzling fabrics. You know the feeling?
Sorta.
My parents noticed, and they sent me to study under a famous Inazuman tailor. It wasn't long before I had driven away pretty much every master tailor on the archipelago. You could say I really tried their patience.
You were that misbehaved?
I wasn't misbehaved, exactly. I just often had strange ideas when it came to fashion. Ones that weren't in line with traditional ways of doing things. On top of that, I hated the idea of groveling and making outfits for every arrogant big shot expecting me to be at their beck and call.
Heichen Sophie.
Anyway, a few incidents later, I soon found myself without a master. Worse, not one shop was willing to hire me.
No wonder you left Inazuma.
I was angry and frustrated. So, before I left, I swore to all those masters that my brand would one day become renowned all over Teyvat.
Well, that's a great dream to strive towards.
After that, I came all the way to the court of Fontaine. a city often referred to as the capital of arts and fashion. I had a lot of fun starting out. Sure, I was living in a small cramped room, but I was finally free to make whatever I wanted. I had a far more naive view of fashion back then. As long as something was pretty, it would become popular, right? A simple concept, surely. Of course, as I spent more and more time in the industry, I learned nothing was ever that simple. Least of all, fashion.
Also ich kenne eine Person, die deine Kreation absolut angehimmelt hat und davon träumt, eine davon zu ihrer Hochzeit zu tragen.
Oh, you mean Letitia? Yeah, she did mention that dream. I'll be honest with you. That's the first time I ever heard something like that from one of my customers.
Leg dich schlafen. Ruh dich ein bisschen aus.
Who would have thought? Even as I continue to pursue my dream, my work has also become someone else's. Alright, that's enough sightseeing for one day. Time to come up with a way out of this mess.
Ooh, looks like you've got your game face back!
Back? It was never gone to begin with. I did say I wasn't upset, didn't I?
Paimon thinks we should look for evidence that Aether wrote that article, and that he hired those treasure hoarders to attack Kirara. Charlotte's already working on an article to address all those nasty rumors so we can publish all our findings in the Steambird once we're done.
I don't like duking it out in the press. But if Charlotte's thrown her hat in the ring, I won't stop her either.
Deswegen bist du denn gerade aufgedreht.
I know where Aether's clothing factory is located. It might be a good place to start looking for some evidence.
Sounds good. We'll come with. As for Fashion Week, well, there's always next year, right? So there's no need to be too upset.
Huh? When did this become an either-or situation? Find incriminating evidence or participate in Fashion Week. I'm doing both.
Oh, da hat jemand Selbstvertrauen.
But your accessories! Didn't you say your designs were unusable without them?
Deswegen macht sie neue Entwürfe. Sie ist immerhin eine Künstlerin.
Well, it's true that I haven't quite figured out what to do about that, but to tell you the truth, even here in Fontaine, every time I see the sea, I can't help but remember Inazuma and the vow I made in front of those masters.
Was für Probleme hast du denn bitte?
Thinking about all that, I just can't bear to take even one step back. The sea.
What did you just say, Chiori?
Ach, sollen wir jetzt auf Ressourcen sammeln gehen und Perlen und sowas für sie holen?
The sea. Seashells, coral. I've got it.
Got what?
Come, let's take a dip, shall we?
Chiori, wait, hold up!
Es gibt eine sehr alte Regel unter Designern. Je mehr Einschränkungen du hast, umso besser. Vielleicht wird am Anfang es so ansehen, als hättest du keine Chance oder keine Möglichkeit oder keine Idee, etwas umzusetzen. Aber irgendwann hast du den Geistesblitz, wo du denkst, ja, so könnte man es machen, ne? Und dann wird das, was du realisiert hast, um ein Vielfaches besser.
Hey!
Illusion Behold!
Da oben. Ah, zu viel Kaffee getrunken?
Too slow.
Nein! War nicht.
Quit following me.
Komm, hoch mit dir.
Squall and Fury.
Everyone hold hands!
There is no escape.
Ich weiß zwar nicht mehr, für was ich die Perlen brauche, aber ich nehme sie mal mit.
Chiori, why did you just jump into the sea all of a sudden?
Paimon, what do you think is the most beautiful thing in the sea?
A Lumitoile? Or a pearl, maybe? Oh, coral's pretty too. Ah, Paimon gets it now! You want to use things like that as the accessories for your designs!
Well, now that you hit the nail on the head, help me grab some, would you?
Leave it to us. Be enough, right? Paimon picked all the prettiest ones in this area.
Ah, vielleicht zu viel Zucker?
Chiori, will these do?
Everything looks great. I've also collected a pretty big batch, so we should have enough.
Great! So are we gonna head back now and make some new designs?
Yes, but don't forget, we've got more than just the designs to worry about when we get back.
So, was wird sie jetzt machen?
Okay, we've got the materials for the accessories. Next, we'll need to use what we have on hand to create some new outfits.
You mean we have to start from scratch? Will there be enough time?
I should be able to make it, if I skip out on sleep.
Oh nein.
Oh no, skipping out on sleep is not the answer. Wait, how come this conversation is giving Paimon major deja vu?
Klingt ziemlich genau ähnlich wie das, was wir mal mit Ganyu besprachen. Ich schätze, seinen Traum zu verfolgen bedeutet eben, ein gewisses Opfer zu bringen.
Well, anyway, sleep is important. You're not gonna convince Paimon otherwise.
Da hat Paimon recht.
Well, I can't argue with you there. One thing's for sure, though. I'm going to do whatever it takes to make it work.
Oh je, oh je, oh je. Dann toi toi toi.
All this grit and determination. It reminds me of the first fashion week I ever participated in.
Und wie ist die verlaufen?
What else can we help with?
Let me see. I suppose all there's left to do is tear up all the outfits currently on display.
Das sollen wir übernehmen?
You got it! Wait, what did you just say?
You heard me. Tear them all up. When I went to that first fashion week,
Lake.
I had no savings to speak of. Just a few dozen yards of fabric and a dream. I had to make something work, so I tore up all the clothes that I brought with me from Inazuma, and I used the scraps to make my entries for the show. I used the larger pieces for the base fabric, and the smaller pieces for accessories. If it worked back then, why not now? We can also repurpose some of the ready-to-use accessories in the shop as well.
But you worked so hard on all these outfits!
I know. That's why I refuse to let it all go to waste. I'm not going to let them win, even if it takes everything I've ever made and more.
Okay, then... Here goes
Oh je.
nothing.
Fühl dich geknuddelt.
No need to be nervous. I won't hold it against you.
Ja, die Frage ist, ob du den Unterschied schmeckst. Glasflaschen, Plastikflaschen, es gibt halt das Lager, das sagt, ist ein Unterschied wie Tag und Nacht, und die anderen sagen, naja, es gibt keinen Unterschied.
Of course. If anyone dared to tear up one of my dresses in front of me on a normal day, I'd probably toss them into the sewer.
Ja, Lake, hast du dich an dein Versprechen
Just
gehalten?
this once, though. I think I can make an exception. Go ahead and tear them up. Think of it as a good way to vent your emotions.
Oh je. Falsche Richtung, Kollege. Na gut, machen wir alles auseinander. Die schönen Kleider.
Good job. That should do it.
Chiori, are you alright? Sorry for taking so long. I got caught up and... Whoa. What happened to your shop? Who did this? Those monsters. Slandering you in the papers wasn't enough for them, was it? They even sent people to wreck your shop. Give me their names. Since they're all too eager to tear up other people's clothes, I think it's about time the Spina di Rosula return the favor.
Dann viel Spaß.
Maybe you should calm down a bit first, cause you see,
Ich weiß, Chefin, sei gnädig zu mir.
Huh? Ugh, what is this, a soap opera? I was the one who asked the traveler to tear up the outfits. We need all the fabric and accessories we can get.
Oh, so that's what happened. I guess I got a bit ahead of myself just now. Back to what you were doing, everyone. You can all just pretend like I didn't say anything.
Ach was, dein Tatendrang können wir gut benutzen und dich zu Uta schicken.
Navia sure is scary when she's angry.
If there's one thing I can't stand, it's a false accusation. No one's gonna orchestrate some conspiracy to take down one of my friends and get away with it.
You and Chiori are really close.
Of course. Everyone knows that Chiori makes the most gorgeous outfits in town. All of the Spina di Rosula's formal wear is custom tailored here.
Hast du auch genug gegessen und getrunken, Lake? Nicht nur ein Schluck.
No, if only you'd give me the contract for your uniforms as well.
As if you'd enjoy designing something as boring and formulaic as a uniform. That's why I didn't ask you in the first place, silly. Plus, with how much your intel has helped us out in the past, to the Spina, you're more of an intelligence agency than a fashion boutique.
Ihr auch? Oh,
If I
Backe.
had it my way, it would be the other way around.
Anyway, we both know why I'm here. Tell me, how can the Spina be of service to you?
Dann willkommen auf YouTube.
If it's not too much trouble, can I borrow some skilled hands to help with some simple sewing work? I'll need all the help I can get if I'm going to finish these outfits over the next few days.
Oh, no problem. I've got a few of those guys all ready to go. I just knew you wouldn't be intimidated into withdrawing from this year's show. When are you going to get started? I can help with sewing too.
Hallöchen, Alexandra.
Actually, there's something else I'd like to ask of you.
Ask away. I'm all ears.
Immer, Magnus, immer. Besonders bei dem Gegner.
Oh, and Traveler and Paimon, could you help me pass word to Linny and Lynette? I'll need their help as well.
Linny und Lynette, den auch? Okay, mit Vergnügen.
I'm done with my interview. Has Miss Chiori made it back yet?
Oh! What happened to the boutique?
Who did this? Give me names. I'll make sure every last one lands a full feature on the front page of the Steambird tomorrow.
Alle wollen sie uns fertig machen.
Not this again.
Schön. Ah, Noel. Na gut, können wir mit denen noch sprechen?
What should we do about these clothes everywhere? Need any help?
Sort them by the type of fabric first, and then by color. Oh, and don't forget to remove any accessories and put them to the side.
That sounds pretty straightforward. I'll help too.
Na dann, solange es denen gut geht. Oh, wir gehen wieder zu dem Typen, zur... dem Versorger, der nicht versorgen will. Mir geht's ganz gut und selbst.
Squall and Fury.
Ah, nee, nee, wir gehen zu Linny. Hier wohnt er also? Ah.
Lenny, Lynette! Great, you're both here!
Sieht aus, als sollten die gerade abhauen.
A moment later and you'd have missed us.
We read the article in the papers. We were just about to go find Miss Chiori.
Dann gute Besserung, Noel.
She helped design a number of our costumes in the past and even sponsored one of our performances. The time has come, it seems, for us to return the favor.
Wieso ist denn YouTube so blöd, so doof?
Oh, perfect! She was the one who sent us!
In that case, I assume that there's something we can do to help. Just say the word and we'll take care of it.
Okay, so it's like this.
Is that all we'll need to do?
Should be a piece of cake for the two of us.
Paimon's glad to hear it! Well then, guess it's about time we go and find some evidence for all the bad stuff Uterra's been doing, right?
Willkommen zurück, Sophie.
Chiori said we shouldn't disturb her over the next couple of days. We can check in with her again once she's done with all the new designs.
But the show's in another 2 days, isn't it? Will she be able to make the deadline?
Well, according to her, she wants to first beat Uter fair and square at the show, and then defeat him in the court of public opinion.
A two-pronged approach?
Courtesy first, confrontation second?
Yeah, something like that.
Understood. Then we'll have faith in her decision. We'll go make some preparations. See you at the venue in 2 days.
All right, we're counting on you.
Wie, der Chat existiert in Opera nicht.
Okay, then let's also do as Chiori said and meet up with her at Uter's factory in 2 days. We'll gather the evidence then. Oh, Paimon sure hopes she won't have a hard time making all those new outfits for the show.
Sehr viel Schlafmangel. Warte 2 Tage. Skandalös. Dann warten wir mal 2 Tage. Du wurdest aufgeschrieben? Wie wurdest du denn aufgeschrieben? Die Frage der Fragen. Und finito. Tutto finito. Vermutlich muss ich aber noch mal 1 Stunde mindestens warten, so wie ich Genshin einschätze. Oh, und wie schätzt denn eigentlich relativ stark, aber Luft nach oben? Waffe? Waffe muss aufgewertet werden, okay. Artefakte. Aha, aha. Figurentalente. Luft nach oben also.
The wind rises.
Bei was willst du denn keine Informationen geben? Ach, ein paar Stunden bin ich noch live. Warum fragst du? Warte, wo muss ich überhaupt hin? Unten? Vor allem das Einzige, was ich noch nicht ganz verstehe, ist, wie das hier funktioniert. Wie oft muss ich ziehen, bis ich da Albedo garantiert bekomme? Und scheinbar gibt es hier auch ein 50-50, falls ich das richtig gelesen habe. $160 Mal. Uff. Wow. Hallöchen, Milena.
Too slow.
Moment mal, du hast doch nicht die süße Pizzabotin bestellt, sondern du hast eine Pizza bestellt und die süße Pizzabotin liefert sie. Magnus, dann darfst du nur die Pizza vernaschen und nicht die süße Pizzabotin. Das geht nicht.
Oh, you're here.
Chiori! How are the new outfits coming along?
Just a few steps left now. I've handed the rest over to Alof. We should be able to make tonight's show.
Wow, that's cutting it real close. Are you sure she'll be okay without you?
Don't worry. I have no intention of giving ground on either front. With the fashion show scheduled for tonight, Aether has closed his factory. This is our only chance to secure any incriminating evidence.
Okay, Paimon totally gets that this is all his fault and he totally deserves it, but wouldn't we technically be trespassing on his property if we just barge in like this?
Eine Pizza-Spezial? Aha.
His factory is usually open to the public. It may not be open for business right now, but that doesn't mean visitors can't stop by for a tour. We're just curious customers after all, aren't we?
Well, when you put it that way...
Anyway, Aether's factory is right over there. Let's hurry up and get moving.
Könnten wir mal auch wieder Pizza holen.
Why would he open a factory over there?
We have different marketing strategies. While I specialize in high-end custom garments, he prefers low prices and large sales volumes. I don't know. Maybe the rent here is cheap.
All right. Ooh, it's really creepy. Paimon would never choose to buy anything from a place like that.
You make a good point. Let's all be on our guard.
War das hier schon immer da?
The wind rises.
Gab es diese Leiter schon immer hier? Und das hört sich sehr bin irritiert. Na dann, Einzelspieler. Geo sollen wir dabei haben, aber ich habe keinen Geo-Charakter. Zumindest keinen nutzbaren. Na dann. Soll ich was anderes nehmen? Na komm. Ich glaube, das ist eine gute Kombination. Mann, von drinnen sieht es ja viel größer aus als von draußen.
We're in. There really is nobody here.
Oh. Na gut, sagen wir ihm erstmal Hallo.
Welcome, dear visitors.
Oh, Paimon nearly fell out of the air. What is that thing?
A mechanical guide. They usually use a recorded tape to give you a tour of the factory.
Please, follow me, dear guests.
Na, wird schon klappen. Wo sind wir denn hier gelandet? Kann ich hier tauchen? Aua. Scheinbar nicht.
Ja.
Scheinbar gibt es hier auch nichts Interessantes. Na dann folgen wir mal dem Tourguide. Ja, ist glaube ich auch so langsam. So ein bisschen Tadesmäßig. Oder wie unsere Kanne.
First stop on our tour is a look at the gradual evolution of our clothing brand.
Moment mal, ich habe eine ganz, ganz böse Befürchtung. Er hat sie aus dem Geschäft gedrängt für die Modeshow, weil er ihre Entwürfe jetzt benutzen will. Sprich, die nächste Station wird ein Inazuma-inspirierte Mode sein. Wetten wir?
After that, we welcome you to peruse our most popular styles.
Huh. Aether seems to be doing pretty well for himself, doesn't he? Why would he feel the need to bother you when he could just focus on improving his own brand?
This is the studio where our designs are made. Please, take a look around at your leisure.
Yep, this seems like Aether's workspace, all right. Let's see what we can find.
Irgendwas sagt mir, er klaut nur Mode. Werbeausgaben, 100.000 Mora, Kosten für die Beschäftigten, 200.000 Mora. Materialkosten, ne? Ein paar Beispiele von Uttas alten Designs, da ist nichts Ungewöhnliches dran. Zustellerin, wird morgens in der Stadt eintreffen per...
These are the fitting rooms. Please use them at your leisure.
Huh? There seems to be something in this fitting room. Why did the door just close?
Hold on tight, Paimon.
Why is it moving?
Gute Nacht, Luffy.
It seems to have stopped.
Where did this thing take us?
It seems like we're someplace deeper inside the factory.
Moment mal, ich habe noch gar nicht gewechselt. Lasst mich hoch. Will ich hier wieder raus? Ich wette, da war eine Kiste oben. Hast du die Mission schon gespielt, Elia?
Look out, there are guards here!
Let's go.
Inazuma shines eternal!
Behold!
Eine große, verwobene Produktionsstätte.
The wind rises.
Zum Glück habe ich den richtigen Charakter dabei, um mir alles genauer anzusehen.
Behold! The wind rises.
Sachen, wo man... Hallo, ich will hoch. Oh, höher geht's nicht. Zum Glück habe ich den richtigen Charakter dabei, um genau solche Sachen sich anzusehen.
The wind rises.
Kann ich da hinfliegen? Bin mir ziemlich sicher, man sollte da niemals hinkommen. Egal. Ah nein, da ist eine unsichtbare Wand. Genshin, wie kannst du nur?
Behold!
Lass mich hoch.
The wind rises.
Ah, hier kann ich nicht weiter. Okay.
This place is filthy! Are the clothes from Uther's shop seriously made here?
Hallöchen, Ömer. Wer ist was ist kindisch?
Look over there.
Ugh, that water looks super nasty. Oh, Paimon can smell the stench from all the way over here.
Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2. Doch, man hört mich doch. Moment mal, was ist hier los? Probier's mal aus, ob man mich wirklich nicht hört. Ansonsten haben wir hier einen richtigen Komiker. Ich probier's mal aus, ob man mich wirklich nicht hört. Doch, man hört mich. Ömer ist ein richtiger Komiker. Na egal. Bam, bam, bam. Weiter geht's.
And I was the one using unsafe materials, Uther?
So he was actually the one who opened an underground factory.
No wonder his clothes always felt weird to the touch. He's been using all manner of tricks here in a bid to cut costs.
Der Witzbold ist auf TikTok.
Should the clothes made here even be worn?
Never mind issues with shrinking and fading. These materials can give you skin problems if you wear them too often.
That's terrifying. Let's take some photos right away as evidence.
Keine Sorge, ich habe eine Möglichkeit, um ganz schnell das Mikrofon zu verbessern. Moment und bye bye. Hol mal besseres Mikrofon. Tschüss. Generell sehr, sehr seltsam. Und weg ist der Kollege. Hahaha.
This way he won't be able to try and deny anything in court. All right.
Weiter geht's. Furrys Elementarfähigkeit kann sie nach vorn stürmen lassen. Halte gedrückt, um zu ziehen und die Richtung des Vorstoßes anzupassen. Nachdem du dich für eine Richtung entschieden hast, lass los, um die Elementarfähigkeit auszulösen. Oder wir fliegen einfach.
Doesn't look like there's a path here.
Follow me. Let's go up.
Oder ich nehme, wie gesagt, Skara.
Behold.
Wir können uns noch mal genauer umsehen. Vielleicht gibt es ja noch was anderes hier.
Squall and Fury.
Hier gibt es nämlich viele Möglichkeiten. Na gut, gehen wir erstmal da. Oh oh, das war knapp.
Quit following me.
Hat ja auch 240 € gekostet. Ist ein extrem teures Mikro.
This place seems like some kind of warehouse. Ugh, and it stinks too. Huh? What's going on? Our way in's been blocked.
Er will uns in der Fabrik in die Falle locken.
Seems like he knew we'd be coming.
You did say he knew you really well, didn't you?
Yes. And that's because we used to be partners.
But you're practically at each other's throats. Now you're telling us you used to work together?
When I first came to Fontaine, we were both fledgling designers who longed to gain a foothold in the world of fashion. We shared the same goal, so we decided to work together. In the beginning, we both wanted to make clothes that would stand out from the crowd and shatter tradition. The kind of clothes that would turn heads and leave people in awe. But with every criticism we received, and every sponsor that rejected us, Uther's confidence disappeared little by little. Finally, right before Fashion Week, he came to the conclusion that we wouldn't be able to make the designs we always dreamed of, and we parted ways. For my part, I gambled it all, and devoted everything I had to that 1 week. I came out the other side with something that really made me proud. I was nervous to present it, of course, but I knew it was my chance to show the industry what I was made of. In the end,
You received the acclaim of all Fontaine while Uther gave up on his dream and turned to making this sketchy stuff.
I don't know the exact details of what happened after that. All I know is, after I opened Chiori Boutique, he's harassed me every year since.
He's just jealous of what you've accomplished. A guy like that doesn't deserve your sympathy.
Da hat sie recht.
Well, let's focus on getting out of here first. Missing the show is as good as letting him win.
There are some control panels over there. Let's see if any of those buttons do anything.
Na dann.
Oh, that doesn't seem to have done anything. Maybe try the next one? That didn't do anything either.
Alle guten Dinge sind 3.
Warning, warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode.
I am the cutting edge of fashion.
Warning, warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode.
No escape.
I'll protect us.
Warning, warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode.
Look over there. Seems like there's a way out. Maybe we can use these mechanisms to get higher.
Oder wir nehmen einfach Mascara.
Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode.
Wer muss denn schon Puzzles machen, wenn man einen eigenen Helikopter hat?
Wind rises.
Warning, warning.
Aber wir können es ja mal so machen, wie die wollen.
Entering expulsion mode.
Oh.
Warning, warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode.
Ach, hier geht's gleich mal weiter. Skandalös.
Warning, warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode.
Was ist los? Wo ist ein NPC?
We finally made it out. Why does it feel like the movement patterns of those mechs have changed?
Warning, warning. Unauthorized intruders initiating shutdown procedure.
Moment. Problem gelöst.
Warning, warning. Unauthorized intruders initiating shutdown procedure.
Seltsame Person. Oh. Was ist denn los mit TikTok gerade? Ist ja furchtbar mit denen.
Warning, warning. Unauthorized intruders initiating shutdown procedure.
Ich glaube, ich muss einen neuen Mod auf TikTok erklären. Will jemand Mod auf TikTok werden? Bräuchte mal ein, warte, das kriegen wir ganz klar hin. Da sind ganz viele NPCs auf einmal gespawnt. Ganz viele NPCs. Aber ich bräuchte dringend einen Mod auf TikTok. Was jemand lang... C, wo bist du? Das sind irgendwelche solche Witzfiguren, die sich für sehr witzig halten. Auch müssen wir ins dreckige Wasser? Geht. Ich habe bereits 2 geblockt. Ach, hier kamen wir dann raus. Lol.
We're finally out of that stinky place. Let's take this evidence and get out of here.
Ist halt immer wieder witzig, wenn Leute Stress schieben wollen.
Finally, the entrance. At last.
Noch mehr Gardemecher. Haben wir nicht schon genug von den Kleinen geschlagen?
Oh, those chambers couldn't hold you, I see. What a surprise.
Guck mal, den nächsten, den wir quasi zusammenfalten.
We've collected a bunch of evidence on all the nasty stuff happening at your factory. You're not getting away this time, Aether.
The evidence on your person, you mean? What makes you think I have any intention of letting it get past these walls?
Wir haben schon Schlimmeres zusammengeprügelt.
More mechanical guards? Really? Ever thought about using these funds for a legitimate purpose?
Oh, but this is a legitimate purpose.
What? Destroying Chiori Boutique? Or continuing to make your rotten rags?
Proving that fashion is merely a laughable farce. A carnival of ignorance!
You know what your problem is, Aether? You've become so obsessed with the concept of fashion itself that you let it paralyze you. Stop trying—
Spare me the lecture, why don't you? Sooner or later, you'll cater to all the voices too, you know. After all, what is fashion but another form of public opinion?
Ich habe irgendwie ganz miese Syndrom-Vibes bei dem.
Fashion is about aspiring towards a certain ideal. But it's up to you to decide what it is. My brand caters to no one but myself and my vision. That's my ideal, and it's not going to change.
Well, once the people witness their former darling's spectacular fall, they'll understand how laughable that ideal truly is.
That's what you've been trying to prove all this time? Your jaded understanding of the industry is the reason you've had it out for my brand for so long? You weren't like this before, Aether. What happened to the man who wanted to make something that would bring the entire world to its knees?
He realized long ago how utterly naive and ridiculous that dream was.
Naja, hin und wieder muss man was riskieren.
You gave up on your dream, but that wasn't enough, was it? You had to find a way to prove to yourself that it could never have been possible at all. You think you understand, but you're just a bitter man who let his regrets dictate his choices. You regret giving up on your dream. So you stopped at nothing to prove to yourself that it wasn't the wrong choice.
Böse. Böse, falls sie recht hat.
This whole thing, Aether. It's pathetic.
Pathetic? Why don't you take a look in the mirror? You're a fool daydreaming about taking all of Tibet by storm. Well, good luck doing that when even Fontaine doesn't have a place for you anymore.
You're right. Maybe all those who pursue their dreams are fools. But more pitiful still are cowards who are too afraid to even attempt what the fool is brave enough to try.
You.
Eine Muskete? Chiori, geh du schon mal voraus. Du musst rechtzeitig zur Mondschau dort sein.
Yeah, just leave this guy to us.
Wir werden sehr viel Spaß mit ihm haben.
No, you go instead.
But he has a gun.
It'll be fine. Just go to the venue and tell everyone to proceed with the plan. I'll deal with him. Some lessons are best delivered in person.
Aber ich will ihm auch das Gesicht einebnen. Na gut, pass auf dich auf.
Catch up with us soon!
Trying to leave, are we?
Ooh.
I've held back all this time because of our past partnership, Aether. But all that changed after our tour of your factory.
Okay. Sie hat hier eindeutig gewisse Yaimiko-Vibes. Wobei eine Yaimiko hat so noch was Niederträchtiges im Blick.
Still trying to talk tough, I see.
No matter what you've been through, no matter why you've become like this. If I may borrow the words of a friend, a guy like you doesn't deserve my sympathy. Allow me to show you the true meaning of the Chiori brand.
Oh, dürfen wir jetzt? Dann geh deine Haare waschen,
The
Sarah.
Chiori brand represents more than a person or a trademark.
Ooh.
It's a way of life.
Oh.
Greetings, friends at Fontaine Fashion Week. Please feast your eyes on the extravaganza that Chiori Boutique has prepared for you today.
Brilliant, dazzling, and wholly unique. And most importantly,
An enduring, never-say-die spirit. That's the true meaning of the Chiori brand. And now, let's welcome the thundering seamstress, Miss Chiori herself.
Did Chiori not...
Lights, cameras, over here, please.
Let the show begin.
the world may change, fashion along with it, but Chioria will remain the same. No challenge is too great. Chioria caters to no one. Not even the times. Rather, Chioria will always lead the fashion of our time. Finally, let's not forget. Only those who do not give up on their dreams are worthy of this brand. Well then, I suppose all that's left to say is, Happy Fashion Week, fellow dreamers.
Oh. Das ist keine A-Count-Quest, das ist der Legendenauftrag von unserer Schneiderin. Und danke für die Info, Dimos. Aber es gibt nur noch ein Hochformat, witzigerweise.
How about this?
A little more to the left.
Like this?
Perfect.
Phew.
Katzentatzen.
Oh, that looks great! Miss Chiori, can I take a picture?
Of course.
I didn't know you'd make a brand new signboard.
I made it before Fashion Week. I figured it'd be best to put it up after the success of the show.
Well, how can you become renowned through all of Teyvat without a fancy signboard of your own? The Spina's way ahead of you in that regard.
Now that you mention it, perhaps our magic troupe could use one of those.
Our signatures are the Grinmalkin cat.
Aua, wieso war ich jetzt gebonkt? Autsch.
Oh, and we need to add Pear as well.
Dauernd werde ich gebonkt.
Pear would need an alias, of course. How about...
Au, hallo, habt ihr's?
The Hangry Bird.
Jetzt habt ihr's mal. Was?
So, does that mean your signboard is going to be 2 cats and a penguin stuffed into a single hat?
Ooh, that sounds super snug.
Jetzt habt ihr's mal?
And a bit cramped.
Miss Chiori, I'm done
done taking pictures. You can expect the article in tomorrow's Steambird, along with the evidence the Traveler gathered.
Thank you, Charlotte.
It's my pleasure. Bringing the truth to
Jetzt
life
reicht's
is a
mal.
journalist's duty.
Going forward, feel free to custom order any accessories you need for Monsieur Verite. It's on the house.
Huh? You really mean it?